fly from Cameroon. No one was at the airport to pick him up. You kind of get the feeling that that still grates with him a little bit. And then, of course, he wasn't given the chance at Madrid, went to Mallorca. Madrid tried to stop him moving from Mallorca to Barcelona. He went there, and more importantly, last year...
He's got lots of goals.
He's got lots of goals, and when Barcelona won the league title, Samuel Eto'o on the balcony of the town hall in Barcelona stood up and said...
No, it wasn't on the balcony, it was in the middle of the Camp Nou.
In the middle of the Camp Nou, stood up and said, Madrid, you... word we can't say on air, salute the champions. He apologised the next day, but hey, have the Madrid press wound this one up or
They
what?
certainly haven't forgotten it. It's been compared to like Luis Figo going back to Barcelona. I think
that's pushing it.
I think a little bit. Figo never really apologised for leaving Barcelona to join Real Madrid.
And the difference was that Figo left Barcelona to go to Madrid because he wanted to go. Samuel Eto'o, I think, felt like he was forced out, which is the difference.
Exactly. I mean, he scored. The thing about Eto'o, he has scored on his last 3 visits to the Bernabéu. There's David Beckham. Struggled with back problems a little bit this week. He's got an on-running sort of problem with lumbago. No problems for him to have. However, there's Iturralde. Deco's back in the side. He wasn't here, of course, last year.
And they missed him. They really did miss him, although he hasn't started the season well, Deco. But, Paul, in our quest to bring you the very, very latest, we, of course, both spoke to David Beckham yesterday afternoon.
We did indeed.
And he told us not to worry, his back will not be a problem, and there's an idiot on the pitch.
There's Jimmy Jump, isn't it, who's like... well, he's actually a Barca fan, but he only ever seems to sort of embarrass Barcelona.
And I think he might well get a little bit...
a little bit of rough treatment there.
Yeah.
And probably quite deserved, really. What that does, actually, is it really puts everybody's concentration off. I mean, he's there in Victor Valdés's goal.
Well, he threw something at Ronaldo, didn't he? Where Ronaldo was stood with Ronaldinho.
Well, he's done it a few times, though, hasn't he? He did it in the European Championships final. He's certainly done it in Bilbao. Yeah. In fact, he went in the European Championship final where he threw a flag at Luis Figo.
In the last 2 minutes when Portugal were battling to rescue the European Championship in their own country. And I'm not sure he does his own club any favours. As you say, I mean, it's Madrid that are the ones that, in terms of the fine, may well get the fine for allowing someone on the pitch. But it's a Barcelona fan, and I don't think anyone would be particularly keen to see him on the pitch. And actually, in terms of if he wants Barca to win, I think he's...
Well, what he's done, he's just fired up the atmosphere a little bit more, hasn't he? So, here's anyhow Jimmy Jump with his red Catalan hat. Iturralde González looking a little bit bemused by it.
And I think he might have a fair few things thrown at him, Jimmy Jump, as he's led off the pitch in that corner.
Exactly, yeah.
And it won't just be insults. Well, a moment's entertainment before the game wore off.
And away we go in the 151st Clásico as Barcelona, kicking from left to right on your screens, visit the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium and Real Madrid.
An early touch there for lionelmessi. A little bit of a surprise that he's on the side. I think we expected Julie to play.
Straight through to Ronaldo. Easy for Victor Valdés. There's Ronaldinho. Can he keep the ball in? Just runs away there from the Brazilian, who we think has been voted the Ballon d'Or, the most prestigious award in football. It's not been made official yet, but everyone knows beforehand because the photographers turned up at Barcelona to take the picture of him posing with it.
Kind of gives the game away, doesn't it?
Then Marquez in quickly on Ronaldo.
And I think it's first booking. No, maybe not. Referee did look for a minute like he was going to take a card out.
Iturralde is one of the few referees here who tends to prefer to talk to players before pulling the cards out. He's the most, what would say, the dialogante is the word in Spanish.
Yeah, he's the one who's most prepared to have a dialogue with the players, isn't he? Most prepared to, as you say, to talk to them first. Incidentally, Getafe and Osasuna have drawn tonight, so if someone does win,
it would depend on goal difference.
It would depend on goal difference.
Osasuna top of the table. That's a pretty decent away result for them actually against Getafe. 3 games without a win though for Getafe. Maybe that bubble early season.
Well, I think it's burst.
Has burst a little bit. We haven't actually given you the lineups, I don't think, on screen. I'll very quickly go through them for you. It's Madrid. It's the Madrid side we all are used to. Hang on, I'll just wait till Robinho attacking down the line. Robinho stumbles, goes over into Gio, and good decision, I think.
Right decision. Robinho was already going to ground before he even touched Gio.
Very quickly as Barca Just wasting possession there. Real Madrid team is Casillas, Mitchell Salgado, Roberto Carlos, Sergio Ramos, Zidane, Elguera, Raúl, Ronaldo, Robinho, Pablo Garcia and David Beckham. And the Barca team is Victor Valdés, Marquez, Puyol, Xavi, Eto'o, Ronaldinho, Gio, Edmilson, Deco, Oleguer and Leo Messi, the young Argentinian.
He's a great player, isn't he, Leo Messi? I think everyone's quite excited about him. There's been some controversy about his registration for the league, but I think most fans just want to see him on the pitch.
Offside flag against Roberto Carlos. A nice pass from Zinedine Zidane. Very, very interesting to see how Zidane performs. He's been out another place, been out for a month with a pelvic injury. He wasn't playing that well beforehand.
No, he wasn't.
Will he be able to get back to the heights?
Well, I think Zinedine Zidane probably only has one season left in him. I think if he's able to kind of dose his efforts a little, then I think he could be a great player in this year. And this is
first touch for Samuel Eto'o. We'll probably hear the whistles and the boos. Got round two players, but there, Roberto Carlos in with a challenge. Good challenge from Deco with Ronaldinho. Working a shooting chance, perhaps Ronaldinho. Well blocked by David Beckham. Said yesterday Beckham that he wouldn't mind having Ronaldinho in his team.
Is there anyone who would?
Well,
interestingly, David Beckham did say that had Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or, which we think he has, that it would be a fair decision, even though he beat two Englishmen into second and third place, Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard, because David Beckham said, I think Ronaldinho is truly special and just a very different, well, he's just on a different planet, isn't he?
Indeed, they're just slipped by Mitchell Salgado there. Deco, Barca taking the free kick. There's Luxemburgo just directing the troops. Edmilson seems to be playing in midfield, Edmilson.
Yeah, they've got Marquez and Puyol at the back.
It's one of those things, though, Marquez and Edmilson, they're both reasonably interchangeable.
There was a feeling, wasn't there, that Thiago Motta might get a game in the middle midfield. So in that sense, Edmilson's a surprise.
Played very well, played very, very well, Motta in Getafe in their obstruction. Reasonably clear, I think, was that Ramos on Leo Messi.
It was Ramos on Messi, and perhaps more important, the instruction. Look how good the flick is.
Yeah.
Lovely touch from Leo Messi.
We saw him a little bit of Messi last season against Albacete, but he just seems to have made a quantum leap in the last 6 months and has just come on so far. So now, well, what can we say? It's good territory for Ronaldinho.
Yes, it is very good position for Ronaldinho. But he's not the only one out there who can take a free kick. We've seen Rafael Marquez hit some really nice free kicks from this sort of level. I guess Ronaldinho will take it.
Xavi can also take them. I think this is Ronaldinho territory, though. There he is, the Brazilian. He's taken it 2 or 3 steps back, looking attentively at the ball. Here he is, Ronaldinho, straight into the wall, gets the rebound, well blocked by Ramos. Falls to Eto'o. Ramos in again. Beckham's clearance was blocked. I think it was accidental handball. Don't think you could stick your hand out if you wanted to. There's Xavi. Good possession for Barcelona. Ronaldinho looking to take on Mitchell Salgado again into the area. Ronaldinho!
Well, he wanted a corner, didn't he?
Referee very quick to give a goal kick. Breathing space. Madrid on the attack now. It's a lovely ball over to the far side. Was Raúl against Oleguer. Stood firm though, Oleguer.
That's why, Paul, that pass is why Real Madrid won't mind Barcelona pushing them back slightly, because what it does do is then provides David Beckham with the time and space, and more importantly, he provides a very open pitch in front of Beckham to play that diagonal ball.
Good header from Marquez, collected by Beckham, playing a little bit more centrally today, David Beckham.
Yeah, I expect to see him, though, when he does get the ball, looking to drop into the right-hand side a little bit so that he's got that angle to play the pass. But you're right, in terms of the basic lineup, Robinho's the man playing on the right-hand side at the moment.
In there quickly, Sergio Ramos, just as it looks as if the ball might fall kindly for Eto'o. It's with Puyol. Carlos Puyol to Marquez. Puyol brings the ball, but it's just giving Barca a little bit of space here in this area. It's with Giovanni. Oof, Salgado, a little kick there at Ronaldinho. It's back with Puyol.
He'll have another one now as well.
Got to be careful, he doesn't want to get a booking early on in the game against Ronaldinho. It's Xavi. Messi. Leo Messi now on the right for Barcelona, gets onto his left foot, and that...
Nice delivery from Leo Messi. Didn't have anyone coming in on the far post, which is what he expected. But you're right, Salgado will have to be careful, but he will snipe at Ronaldinho's heels as much as he possibly can until he gets the booking. Then he may ease off a bit. But I actually think we talk a lot about the people who've been missing for Real Madrid. Talk about Ronaldo, Zidane and so on. There's a little bit of me that still feels that in some ways the most significant loss Real Madrid can have is Michel Salgado in terms of what he brings to the side in terms of spirit and heart. Jonathan Woodgate made a very interesting comment. He was asked if players like him, big, powerful players, were important because Madrid needed fighting spirit. And he said, it's not about being big. Michel Salgado's tiny, he's got the biggest heart in the world.
Done really well there, Messi. And there Elguera recovered from his error with a splendid sliding tackle on Eto'o, but a little careless there from the Madrid central defender. Here's Zinedine Zidane, looks up Zidane, and there's loads of space for Beckham. Can he get to that? Just evades the England captain there. That splendid crossfield ball from Zidane.
Great pass. I'm actually quite surprised that Beckham didn't turn around and at least acknowledge the quality of the pass. He almost looked slightly annoyed, didn't he, Beckham?
I think he was annoyed that he didn't get to it. He had acres of space there.
Yeah, had he got there, it would have been very, very dangerous.
Early warning for Barcelona as well. Just got to keep your concentration against Real Madrid. Right, two Barca players on the floor. One of them is Xavi, and I think the other one is, it's not Marquez because I can see him.
And the other one's a serious one as well. It might be Edmilson.
No, Edmilson was just complaining that it's... That's the first one, there's Edmilson. Now there's another player just off to the right of his, just on the left there. I'm not quite sure who it is. Maybe. Could it be Deco, I think? Just looking. I think it's Deco.
Well, Deco's the one player I can't see on the pitch.
Indeed it is. Deco. A knock on the head on the side of the face there. Oof, my word, I tell you what, he's got a heck of a cut on the side of his head.
I think actually he's just said something to Luxemburgo.
No, it was Ten Cap. It was Ten Cap, the assistant, the Barcelona assistant, yeah. But I tell you what, Deco's gone off. He's going to need stitches in the dressing room. Now, first big decision for Frank Rijkaard. No offside against Eto'o. Into the area, Samuel Eto'o! How close was that?
Well, I tell you, it was very close. And I tell you, it was well. I think had Eto'o gone down, he might have had a case for a penalty because Sergio Ramos was all over his back. But look at this, look.
Oof, stays up really well, doesn't he?
Did stay up very well and then just couldn't finish it off.
Just putting it wide there, Samuel Eto'o. First warning for Madrid.
I think
Deco is back very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly back. Real Madrid do have an advantage in that sense, and as you just said, first one into Madrid.
Oh, yeah,
Barcelona do.
And I was just seeing that again, and Pablo Garcia seems to catch him with his, well, maybe not a clenched fist, but certainly
certainly around the wrist area or the hand. It was certainly the hand, wasn't it? Let's say, but Real Madrid have an advantage in terms of what you just said, which is that Barcelona do tend to warn you before they score, and that they tend to create a lot of chances before they score. Madrid tend to just hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Madrid create far less chances for their goals than Barcelona do.
There was in some of the papers, I think they were comparing the shot per goal ratios of Ronaldo and Eto'o, and actually Ronaldo shoots a lot less for every goal than Eto'o. That's a good cross in there. Valdez wasn't there.
Luckily for him, Edmilson was, because Valdez did very, very poorly, I thought.
Flapped like a seagull. And that won't steady his nerves, Victor Valdez. He had to pick the ball out of his net 4 times last season. Remember the goal from Raul just before the break? He wasn't exactly clever on it.
Well, I think the thing about Valdez is he's a guy who goes into every game very tense, whereas Casillas is the exact opposite.
Smashing ball from Beckham to Robinho. What can Robinho do now? Taking on Giovanni's got the ball in there and there. Well, to be fair, he's wasted that cross.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty poor cross in the end, considering how neat the skill was. I just wonder, Gio in front of him. I know it's very difficult to judge where you are on the pitch, but I think Gio needs to be very conscious when Robinho is backing him off like that, not to back off into the penalty area.
Yeah.
He needs to be aware that if he is going to be drawn into a foul, or if he is going to accidentally clip Robinho and put him down, or even do it deliberately, that he has to do it outside the box.
And Robinho is only a lightweight, isn't he? He doesn't need a massive amount of contact to see him go down. Referee penalising Ronaldinho there for not jumping, but I think Salgado is mistimed now.
Yeah, and I think Ronaldinho immediately pose.
Well, he just makes the bed for him, as they say.
Made his bed and Salgado lay in it.
Ronaldo to Robinho. Salgado. Back to Beckham. To Zidane. Back with Pablo Garcia. Looks over the top there, Pablo Garcia offside against Raul. It was a very, very late flag again from the linesman.
It was a late flag. As it is, Raul didn't get on the end of it anyway, but the flag was late.
Talking about Pablo Garcia, of course, he's had a week and a half. Bit of globe-trotting for the Uruguayan midfielder. He was involved in the World Cup playoff as Uruguay played Australia for one of the last places in next summer's World Cup. Uruguay played in Montevideo last Saturday. They beat Australia 1-0. They all travelled then to Sydney during the week. On Wednesday, Pablo Garcia was in Sydney, where Uruguay lost 1-0 to Australia, went into extra time, went to penalties, and the Australians won the penalty shootout. So he's had one of the longest flights you can have, basically, Pablo Garcia.
And then psychologically,
and the disappointment.
The psychological blow, exactly.
Of knowing he isn't going to the World Cup. One player who is going is who's been on our programme as a player of the week, John Aloisi, who's now at Alaves. He was at Osasuna. He put the vital last penalty away. So congratulations to John there. A good turn from Messi. Referee playing on. Shot fired in, maybe hit Elguera on the chest or the arm. Play on again, so Iturralde. Barcelona getting the ball under control. Oof, careless from Deco. This is what the Madrid fans want to see. Ronaldo on a run.
Great defending from Puyol.
Good defending from Puyol, but careless from Deco. Once again, Beckham finds space, and that's very, very close. Was Marquez to putting that one past his own keeper, but vital interception.
Yeah, very, very, very important. Here's Messi again. A lot of space they're giving him.
He is running again, Leo Messi. Oof. To Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o! He's done it again! Samuel Eto'o has put Barca in the lead!
Well, wouldn't you just know it? Wouldn't you just know it? Samuel Eto'o, boy, does he like this stadium. Boy, I think, deep down there's a little bit of the Real Madrid fans here that quite respect the fact that he always does so well here, and that feel rather sorry for him because there is a real sense that Samuel Eto'o should be playing for Real Madrid. He's not. He's playing for Barcelona, and it's 1-0. And what's the referee saying?
Well, I think he's saying, get back to the centre circle and we don't want any more trouble. There he is. Florentino Perez didn't want him. Joan Laporta said, thank you very much.
That's a great turn as
well. And that is the way Samuel Eto'o is repaying Barcelona. What a spectacular finish.
Well, it's a real Samuel Eto'o finish as well. There's not really a great deal on. It's about spirit. It's about desire. Eto'o, I think, one of the keys to Samuel Eto'o, he is one of the hungriest players you could ever wish to see. And boy, is he happy with that. And I don't know about you, but was that a pointed remark, that salute?
I must confess, I was looking at the pitch right now.
Well, there's the two presidents. I think one will be slightly happier than the other. Joan Laporta in the yellow tie, slightly happier than Florentino Perez.
Just putting his chin in his hand there. Gesture that says a lot. Beckham looking for Zidane. Carles Puyol once again defending as he knows how. Long throw from Roberto Carlos. Oh, bounced around there.
Well, they all misjudged it. Ed Mills misjudged it, and Ronaldo did as well.
Van Bronckhorst looking for another ball to Eto'o. Well read by Elguera over the top. Ronaldo doesn't bother going for it. Tell you what, Eto'o has now scored in his last 4 visits to the Bernabéu.
It's fantastic, isn't it? A fantastic record. I mean, he's been very, very impressive. I mean, he was impressive last year, even though they lost 4-2. But the best I saw him play was that time when Mallorca came here and won 5-0. And I don't think I've seen an individual performance like it against Real Madrid at the Bernabéu. He was absolutely brilliant, Samuel Eto'o, that day. And boy, has he been brilliant since. I think he's a great footballer. I really do.
His 11th goal of the season. 4 ahead of Ronaldo in the race for the Pichichi title was the top scorer in Spain. Won last year, of course, by Villarreal's Diego Forlan on the last day of the season. Beckham.
Yeah, we were there in San Sebastian watching poor old Eto'o try and get a goal, and he couldn't.
Ronaldo didn't quite work. It's dropped to Leo Messi, who's been very, very active. Certainly no big stage nerves for the young Argentinian, only 18, of course.
Well, when you talk to Leo Messi, you can hardly hear him. He whispers. He's so quiet. He's so unassuming. It's almost as if he's not there, but you get him on the pitch.
It's really what struck me about him is we saw him at Getafe after Barcelona won 3-1, of course, in the Alfonso Pérez. How small he is.
He's tiny.
He's a hobbit.
He is a hobbit, yeah. Well, I suspect his feet are slightly smaller.
And not hairy. So, 17 minutes gone here in the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, and that man, Samuel Eto'o, has given Barca the lead. 1-0 to Barcelona. Just about deserved, you thought, on balance of play?
I think Barca have played the majority of the football. They haven't created very clear chances, but they've kept the ball slightly better than Madrid. That said, in a way, ever since Van der Luxembourg has been the Madrid coach, there's almost been a willingness about Madrid giving up possession to the other side so that David Beckham can hit the ball long for Ronaldo. When you consider the players they've got.
Something I can't understand. If you've got players like Beckham, Zidane, Ronaldo, Raul, etc., etc., you want the ball.
Yeah, I think that style suits Beckham and Ronaldo, but it certainly doesn't suit Zidane, Raul. It doesn't suit Robinho.
Nearly got in possession there. Beckham, Iker Casillas, forced to send it long. Marquez opts to volley it. Little push there from Robinho, penalised by the linesman. Not very happy about it, Robinho. A little bit of a surprise to see Giovanni Van Bronckhorst back in the side. Silvinho's done well in recent games.
Yeah, he has. We were talking about this a little bit before we came on air. I think Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is a tidier, neater and more intelligent footballer. I think Silvinho gives you more aggression and more pace.
I wonder as well, just if Rijkaard's being intelligent and thinking, if Messi plays, I don't want any worries about having 4 non-community players on the pitch. That's why Gio's playing.
Possibly. Although, of course, Rijkaard might undo that theory by sending on some non-Europeans later on in the game.
Good control there from Ronaldo. Pablo Garcia to Beckham. Pressing a little bit higher further upfield now, Barcelona. That may or may not be a good move.
Well, they do seem to be, they're actually leaving a bit of a gap behind them, but then when they do break...
It's with pace. Ronaldinho just keeps the ball in. Running at Ramos. Inside to Eto'o, looks for the 1-2. Looks like offside, and the linesman confirms that by raising his flag. But Eto'o in the middle there. And a little bit of space for the flicker. I think that was a wasted chance by Barca.
So do I, and I think more than anything else, a wasted chance. I don't think Eto'o should have given it back to Ronaldinho. No. I think he had time to let the ball run across his body, open his body out, and then have a hit on goal, or possibly even to drop the ball off to Messi, who was just to his right.
So I feel a bit sorry for the keepers. Neither keeper's actually made a save yet.
No, and it's surprising because, as I said before, about Barca tend to warn you before they score. Tonight, I suppose they've had one, haven't they? That other Samuel Eto'o chance.
Put it wild, yeah. Sergio Ramos. Madrid just trying to get a bit of calm into their play. That's what they need to do. Zidane with the 1-2 Roberto Carlos, with Barcelona back in numbers, forcing it back to Pablo Garcia. That's poor ball though. Ronaldinho got there behind of Michel Salgado. Handball, however.
Right decision. I think Ronaldinho was a little unlucky. It was the right decision, but Barca risked getting caught by complaining about it. What's happened here?
Oof.
What's happened?
Well, I think they took it from the wrong place. It's a bit fortunate for Madrid because they'd wasted it.
Yeah, it was very fortunate for Madrid.
Gives David Beckham the chance to send that ball into the danger zone. There he is. Looks up, ships it across to Zidane. There is Zidane. Back to Roberto Carlos. Back with the Frenchman. He fancies a goal tonight. Zidane, he's told one of our French colleagues he's going to score good, which I mean apparently is a little goal.
Well, there's no little goals against Barcelona, are there? All the butts are big.
Slid in there, Ramos, good challenge.
Before Ronaldinho made that handball, Paul, I saw something really, but I think it's really quite interesting and maybe says something about one of the things that Barcelona have changed tonight and are doing, which perhaps they don't always do. When Real Madrid were attacking, Ronaldinho, instead of going back, actually came onto the left wing and started calling for the ball, even though Madrid had it. So obviously no one can give him the ball. But what that did is Michel Salgado immediately turned round and went back to him. all of a sudden
yeah.
Salgado doesn't join the attack. I thought it was really quite interesting that it seemed really conscious.
Straight away it takes away one of your
exactly.
big attacking forces. I mean, it's not forward, obviously, Salgado, but he gets up that right wing with such ease and
Well,
such
of course,
regularity.
The other thing is it's much harder to pick up an attacker who's coming from deep with pace than an attacker who's already up there. So in that sense, Michel Salgado is even more important in some ways than some of the attacking players are.
Ooh, late challenge on Raul, but there's danger here for Real Madrid. It's with Raul. Salgado now has got space on the right for Real Madrid. Here he is. Decides to give it to David Beckham. Beckham sends that left foot ball in there, and that's just a little bit too high for Robinho.
I think you said the two magic words there, Paul.
High and Robinho.
No, left foot, and I think that's why the delivery wasn't a great one. David Beckham, he's a great footballer, but generally speaking, where you want him delivering the ball is from the right-hand side with his right foot. I don't really know why Michel Salgado, excuse me for butting in for a second, didn't just sling the ball into the box first time with his right foot.
Lots of time, didn't
Lots of time, yeah.
It's Deco losing out to Beckham. He's playing more centrally than Beckham. I think he's wasted there.
So do I, completely. You look at the sheer number of assists this year. I mean, David Beckham's delivered 4 assists for goal, but he's put the ball into the box. I think something along the lines of 60 times already this season.
I think against Olympiacos it was like 20 times.
Absolutely ludicrously high figures, yeah.
Victor Valdez sending that one long. That's too long for Eto'o. Elguera's under it. Controlled by Deco to Ronaldinho. Salgado right behind him.
I think Iturralde González would be absolutely justified
booking him, maybe.
Booking Salgado, not because any of these fouls are particularly bad, but for the reiteration of fouls.
The thing is, he's going to carry on playing like that until he does get booked, and fair enough on him, you know.
Oh, but them's the rules, as they say.
Them's the rules.
Deco.
Danger here as well. Deco!
I thought it took a deflection, to be honest, off Elguera, but maybe not.
Well, most of Deco's shots take deflections.
Quite often they end up in the back of the net afterwards.
I think, was it last year, 8 goals he scored with shots like this that got deflected? I can't really tell from that camera angle. 25 minutes gone nearly in the Bernabéu. Barcelona still leading by 1-0 by that 15th minute goal scored by who else? Samuel Eto'o. One thing you'd worry about if you were Luxembourg, though, if you have to chase the game, you've got players on that pitch who are definitely not 100% fit. Ronaldo, Zidane maybe just about there. Pablo Garcia's likely to be tired. We wonder about Beckham's back. You don't want to be chasing a game.
No,
it's possibly the best team in Spain if your team has got players who are not 100% fit.
No, absolutely.
And on the bench you've got Baptista, who's probably, well, in fact yesterday Luxembourg said it was impossible for him to play 90 minutes.
Which really isn't a very good sign, and there's a little bit of me that feels that he shouldn't even be on the bench, if that's the case.
And Guti was pulled up in training with a muscle problem yesterday. He's also on the bench. So, you wonder a little bit about the reaction of Madrid, but saying that, here they come. It's Robinho into the penalty area. Robinho looks up. Ball's just dropped kindly there for Valdez.
Yeah, and it's dropped kindly because Oliguer read it well. Lots and lots of space for Robinho. That's the risk Barcelona take, of course, because they do commit men forward and they do leave a little space behind. Their lack of width, I mean, we've talked about it before, lots and lots of times watching Barcelona. Not only does it sometimes mean they fail to create chances that they should create, it also sometimes means that when other teams break on the wing, Barca aren't always that well prepared to stop them. Tell you what, Messi wants the ball tonight, doesn't he?
He really does want to show what it's all about. Rijkaard's been taking care not to play too much of him until his question of whether or not his licence has been sorted out, and it's still really a little bit up in the air.
Yeah,
but I
also think Rijkaard is thinking just about the fact that he's very young and not putting too much pressure on him, not just about the licence.
Ooh, my word!
On that.
Well, it was either problems for Iker Casillas or it would have been big problems for Elguera, because foul there from Elguera and he would have been off.
Yes, because Eto'o had lots of room behind him.
Beckham running in on Deco, and well, the Portuguese international. It's with Leo Messi again, obstructed by Roberto Carlos. So he's got that. If Roberto Carlos is so worried about you, he has to obstruct you. You know how quick he is.
Yes, because Roberto Carlos can normally let people get beyond him and he'll still catch them. It's interesting that one person we haven't seen a huge amount of in the Barca side, who normally directs the play, is Xavi.
He's had a difficult week, though, Xavi, as well. He's was obviously taking part in Spain's World Cup qualification.
Oh, he was brilliant against Slovakia.
Excellent in the first game.
Yeah.
Spain won 5-1 in the Calderon. And we get the first booking of the night, which is for... Looking at that, I was looking as if it was Eto'o.
Not sure what for.
Maybe he said something.
I guess, I mean, he must have done.
Let's have a look at this. Actually, I wonder if it's for Deco. I think it...
For the foul.
Yeah, I think it's Deco rather than Eto'o.
Well, our graphics people clearly agree with you.
Yeah, well, you see. Although looking at that picture, it did look as if it was Eto'o, but obviously he was... David Beckham, highly motivated. I tell you what, he's charging in today, and Raul went for the ball, just got the man instead. No complaints.
I must say, that's one of the things that I really do admire about Raul as a footballer. When he fouls people, and when fouls are given against him that sometimes are borderline, he very rarely complains. He always is very quick to help the other player up. He's one of those players, I guess to use a tired cliche, he's a player's player.
Yeah,
he's the kind of guy that other players really respect.
He's also very respected by his opponents as well, and I think it's because of that
that's exactly what I
mentality.
mean. I mean more about, he's more a player's player in terms of other opponents than about his own teammates.
A little bit naughty from Zidane there on Gio.
I think he is the players' union representative at Real Madrid as well.
He's club captain as well. There's Deco being chased by Zidane. Good work there from the Frenchman. Not seen enough of him yet. Real Madrid fans will want to see Zidane more involved. There's Wonderly Luxemburgo. I think he prefers to see his team get ahead and then control it and look to hit sides on the break. That's not happened tonight. So far, Madrid not really created any chances. The main dangers come through Robinho, who's found space on the right on a couple of occasions. Not seen Ronaldo, but that doesn't mean anything, really, does it?
No, it doesn't. Because time and time again, we don't see Ronaldo, and then he scores.
We've seen this man now, Eto'o to Messi, offside again, and no bad thing either that the linesman put his flag up, because that was a bit special.
It was a lovely finish. He was offside, and it's definitely the right decision, but my goodness, that was a great finish. Goodness
gracious, just approaching the half hour here in the Santiago Bernabéu, and that linesman just made the correct decision.
He did make the correct decision, but tell you what, if it had gone the other way, you might have seen 80,000 people reminding him about his mother.
See a few handkerchiefs waved around. Salgado with a throw-in. Ball dropping for Barca again. Beckham in hard on Deco. Pablo Garcia wasted. Xavi. It's Messi this time. Got through one. Messi, Liga. What a great save from Iker Casillas.
What a great run from Messi. Lovely stuff.
Still danger though. Ronaldinho here on the Barcelona left. Cut inside. Oh, what a pass. Messi again. 3 players around him, and in the end they just wanted to be too clever.
Well, if they had managed to score, that would have been the greatest goal ever, wouldn't it? And that's a foul from Ed Milson. It will be a card, but I tell you what, David Beckham was going to ground before Ed Milson touched
The
him.
referee hasn't booked it, actually.
Well, he's let the game go as well.
And here we said we didn't see much of Ronaldo, but it isn't Ronaldo, is it?
It's Robinho. And Valdés is having a go at him.
Well, Xavi and Raul, they were teammates 3 days ago for Spain, and...
Well, to be fair I don't think Xavi's arguing with Raul, I think he's arguing with Robinho, and Raul is trying to stop him arguing with Robinho. Basically, I think Robinho might have gone in because there's something that's angered Valdés. Maybe Robinho went in a bit back.
Let's have a look at this. I think it's maybe... I don't really see...
No, nor do I. Nor do I.
I think maybe he thought Robinho gave the defender a push. Let's have a look at this from Messi.
Great save. Great save, and they nearly walked the ball in with a fantastic goal it would have been.
Well, I'll tell you, if it had been 2-0, vital save there from Iker Casillas.
Ronaldinho is going to get... Is it yellow? It is yellow. Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, Barca with 2 players booked now. It's Deco getting the first yellow card for Barca, Ronaldinho getting the second, and let's be honest, Emilson a little bit fortunate to see one a bit earlier.
Yeah, I'd quite like to see the Emilson one again, because although he went in very late and very hard, Emilson, I think David Beckham was already travelling up.
A bit of an elbow there.
Yeah, well, it's sort of a forearm smash, isn't it?
Just getting a little bit tense out there on the pitch.
Barca do not want it to get tense. The best thing they can do is actually kind of slow the game down, take the heat out of the crowd and out of Madrid, because the atmosphere is not what it was at the start, and if Barca can get themselves to half-time with Madrid's fans starting to feel a little bit, shall we say, fatalistic, that's the best thing they can do.
Well, Barca won is the second goal. And what Madrid need is to get in there. It's gone the other way this time. Eto'o couldn't quite get that one, but Messi is causing all sorts of problems, isn't he?
Certainly is, and Deco's making a lot happen. But Messi's ability to pick the ball up deep in space and run at people.
It's just creating that extra. It's just creating more space around the Madrid defence. Yeah. It's turning out to be, let's say, tactical masterstroke from Frank Rijkaard. Samuel Eto'o scored the only goal of the night so far as Barcelona leading 1-0 in the Santiago Bernabéu against their old enemies Real Madrid in the 151st Clásico.
Well, Messi is just causing so many problems. It's the only way they can stop him at the moment.
He's another one who has a pretty high centre of gravity, though, considering how short he is.
Yeah, but
let's have a look.
I don't think there's any
no question on that one.
Zidane catches him across the thigh with his knee, I think. And Zidane's quite a lot taller than Messi, so it's a reasonable position. I don't suppose they'll shoot. Although Gio might think about.
No, you wouldn't. You'd think it'd be difficult to beat Iker.
What I think will possibly happen is they may have Gio over there to keep Iker thinking about the near post possibility, just so that he's not confident enough to go right the way across goal.
It's going to be a shot from Gio, cross from Deco. It's a cross from Deco, near post, and there Ronaldo back to clear it.
Good climb from Ronaldo as well. But it wasn't far off Emilson's head. It was just away from Ronaldo. It's a good climb.
Says a lot that Ronaldo is the one who has to be back clearing, though. Barcelona working a further space, blocked by Zidane. Poor cross, actually.
Very poor cross.
Goes back to Oleguer. Just pumps that one forward, easy for Roberto Carlos. Giovanni first to that one. That's going to go all the way back to Valdés. If he looks up, he's got space on the left, decides to hit it long. Ramos and Salgado working for that one, done well there. Michel Salgado and back to Sergio Ramos. Who's trying to close him down? Who else? Leo Messi. Obstruction there against Raul. Against Gio.
I don't actually think there was.
Yeah, he just puts a little arm across him. That gives Beckham chance to put the ball in.
And I think particularly with even Elguerra and Sergio Ramos going up.
All the central defenders are in there. It's a good ball from Beckham. It's half cleared. Elguerra tries the overhead kick, and it's a goal kick for Valdés. 10 minutes to go in the first half here in the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. 1 goal separating the sides, and it was scored by Samuel Eto'o on 15 minutes. Barcelona leading by 1-0. And Valdés getting pretty close to, I would have thought, testing Iturralde's patience.
Yeah. I think Valdés, at the start of that little cameo of time wasting, he did think the ball was still where the crowd were, and he turned to go towards it, and someone had already thrown it back on. But then he certainly took advantage to try and waste as much time as possible.
Get it to Raul.
Maybe not so much waste time, it's just take the sting out of the game and slow things down a bit.
Salgado didn't quite know where the ball was there. Just trapped between his feet.
And obviously with Real Madrid training, the ball boys are dashing around the pitch trying to get the ball back in play as quick as possible. I think if it was 1-0 to Madrid, you might see them going a little slower.
I remember a cup game once and Madrid were winning on aggregate and the ball boys disappeared. It's very impressive. They worked like demons in the first half. They must just have been tired.
Lots of clubs have done that, haven't they? There was some very famous footage of the Betis ball boy running to get a ball, and then Joaquin, the Real Betis winger, shouting to him, "Oi, kid!" The kid turns around and Joaquin says, "Slow down."
Oof, Pablo Garcia in hard there on Xavi. Play on to the referee. It's fallen to Zidane. Here is Zinedine Zidane taking on Oleguer. He's got Roberto Carlos on the overlap. Danger for Madrid. That's a good ball in there.
Well, if Robinho had known that Raul was behind him, he perhaps could have let that go.
Great move from Madrid there. Zidane and Roberto Carlos linking for once.
Yeah, it's the first time we've really seen them sort of put a string of passes together, isn't it?
Just over Robinho's head. Barcelona breathe again. It's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, he's just lost control at the wrong moment.
Well, rather like the Samuel Eto'o chance earlier on, I think Ronaldinho was caught and stayed on his feet. Good.
The thing is, he's been booked, hasn't he? So he can't risk picking up a booking for diving, which is good.
Absolutely. I much prefer it that way. The problem is that I think players would defend themselves for diving because, for precisely that reason. Say, well, if there is a foul, why should I not get it? Because I'm staying on my feet, if you see what I mean.
It's certainly turning into the thriller we were all hoping at the Bernabéu. It's end-to-end. Madrid attacked. Ronaldinho nearly scored. Madrid attacking again. Now it's a corner for Madrid as Robinho just got robbed at the last moment. Beckham with the corner. Giovanni not getting a great contact on that. Marquez hasn't won it. Ball's dropping in there. Nasty Carles Puyol.
Very well, Puyol. What's the referee giving?
I think he's giving it a bit of pushing.
He's making a gesture as if to say a tug.
Or pulling.
Yeah, I think maybe Elguera was possibly pulling on Puyol's shirt. I'm not sure.
There he is, Carles Puyol. Well, we saw him in Getafe 2 weeks ago and he was outstanding. And so far he hasn't put a foot wrong in the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium.
Great pass.
Ronaldinho, sombrero over Michel Salgado, finds Messi, Leo Messi, trying to get on that favoured left foot. Eto'o just a little bit too far behind for Xavi, he's blocked, my goodness.
Take a breath, we're after some more.
Here's Eto'o now, into the area, he's got Roberto Carlos against him. Eto'o!
Well, yet again, there was just a nudge, wasn't there, on Eto'o's shoulder from Roberto Carlos there.
I'll say that was good defending, he just got enough of the body in the way there, Roberto Carlos.
Well,
enough to stop him getting through, but not enough for him to go over.
Possibly, yeah.
Or not enough for him to risk going over, let's say.
Well, Samuel Eto'o is not a player who goes over, actually. He's so kind of determinedly focused on scoring that he never goes over because he's only thinking of one thing, which is getting somewhere he can score.
He's caught in possession there, Deco.
He was very slow as well.
Robinho working
very
hard.
slow.
Barca working hard to close out Zidane. They've done that. Xavi looking for the pass. He's got Ronaldinho out on his left. Here is Ronaldinho. Oh, great control. It's against Ramos. Turns him inside out. Has to pull it back onto his right foot though. Chips that one in. Messi! Should he have left it?
No. And the reason I say no is because Elguera was jumping with him. I think had he left it, Elguera probably would have got there. But you're right, in so much as he did have Samuel Eto'o behind him. And you're also right in so much as it's a shame that Ronaldinho had to come back on his right foot. So I mean, he's got Elguera so close to them.
Tell you what, if you see that cross again, look at Ramos's hand. He thinks about sticking that left hand out, doesn't he? Just thought about it there.
And by the way, when Barca won the ball back, it's absolutely fantastic bit of skill from Xavi to set them going again. You know, we were saying earlier that perhaps he wasn't in the game that much, but he's starting to grow.
Just under 4 minutes of the break. Madrid trying to get back on level terms, cancel out that goal scored in the quarter hour by Samuel Eto'o. Not seen the best of Madrid tonight. We've seen Barca looking. I still think they can do better.
So do I. But they've kept the ball. Of the two sides, they've kept the ball better. They've looked more fluid when they've had it. Madrid again are playing. But then this is the way we've seen Madrid play for a long time now. Quite a lot of long balls, quite a lot of trying to find space behind teams. And Barca will be very, very well aware that however good they think they've got it.
Oh yeah, all it needs is one little slip and Madrid are level, and then anything can happen again. Game on. Barca need a second, and they probably need a third. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Just trying to take a little bit of the sting out of the game. Barca, that's wasted though from Marquez. Straight back to Elguera. Nielsen. A few little whistles in the Bernabéu. Is that because Madrid aren't playing well, or because Barca have got the ball? Ica. Claiming at the end of his area.
I think it was actually because Madrid not playing well, because it happened just as Barca got it back, and it was a frustrated whistle, wasn't it? And that's something Barcelona will be delighted with that.
It's Beckham. Cool on the ball, finds Roberto Carlos. Deep cross on Roberto Carlos, that's not a good one, and those whistles are for not particularly good play from Madrid. And tell you what, if you were a Barca fan, that would be music to your ears.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the run up to the game, Wanda Luxemburgo said, I'd quite like it if people whistled at Eto'o. As a Madrid coach, doesn't want to hear people whistling his own players.
No, he doesn't.
No, those packed ranks, 80,000 Real Madrid fans, they've come here to see their team win tonight. They haven't seen it yet. They've not seen the best of Real Madrid. And they're losing 1-0 against Barcelona. And here come Barca again, Giovanni.
What a shame, because it was a great flick to him from Ronaldinho.
Eto'o, deflected corner.
And I hope we get the chance to do that again. That was a fantastic flick from Ronaldinho to set Giovanni Van Bronckhorst away. And it was a shame, actually, that Gio chose, I think, shall we say, the more cowardly pass. I think he would have been braver if he'd put his head down and gone for the penalty area and then tried to pull it back. But Samuel Eto'o is so alive, isn't he? Whenever the ball drops, bang, he's there. He's so quick. He reacts to everything so quick. And it is all about that hunger he has, that determination.
It's the corner. Too long, cleared by Ramos. Looks solid tonight, Ramos.
Yes,
again.
he has.
He's got a little bit better and better all the time. Decided to wait for that Ronaldinho. Recollected by Deco. And then Raul. Showing that captain's determination.
Well, I'll tell you who else is showing determination. You see Mikel Santiago absolutely screaming at Ronaldo there. And Ronaldo doing that Ronaldo gesture of, what? What do you want me to do?
I haven't seen teeth as gritted as Salgado's were a second ago for a long time.
Not since the last time you went flying, Paul.
My word. Got that to look forward to next Sunday when we will be back in the Camp Nou. Will it be celebrations for Barcelona as they take, oh my word, take on Racing Santander? And I don't know what Zidane's complaining about.
No, Messi looks like he's sort of looking around as if to say, did anyone catch the number of that bus?
Bit of a mugging there from Zizou.
And I think there you see just a little flash of what you were saying about Iturralde. He is a referee who'll say, if players complain, he can say, look, this is what I blew.
This is why I blew it.
You might not agree with me, but this is what I've blown, and that's the way it is. And rather than just sort of, refusing to talk to players.
Could this be the last move of the half? Deco gets the ball back, looks up, spreads it wide. Oleguer. Samuel Eto'o into the area. Iker Casillas again. My word!
What a save!
Puyol. Madrid not getting into this game at all. Barca, what they really need is for this first half to continue. Ronaldinho, can he get into the penalty area? Dino! Beckham back battling away, and no one there for Ronaldinho's pass. Ronaldo running the ball out. Frank Rijkaard appeals for the throw-in.
And Rijkaard also appeals for his players to calm down, to put their foot on the ball and play.
Look at this from Eto'o. How he gets in behind Helguera.
What a good save, because it's so
shot.
low. It's so low and close to his body. That's a great pass, incidentally, from Lionelmessi. And Paul, we have seen one very, very good football team out here today, and we've also seen one.
We've also seen Real Madrid.
Yes. There's Ricardo's up for that for Salgado. He's furious.
Well, he's been. You can't really fault Michel's attitude. He's been in it.
Well, he's been
100% from the start, hasn't he?
He's been in the opposition's face. He's been in his own teammates' face, and I think finally he's been booked because he's always been in the referee's face. And this is a guy who wants to win. I'm not sure what.
I think he's now. He just has a little hug on.
Oh, that's why. It's the little knee. in Ronaldinho's
well,
backside.
I mean, but to be fair, he could have done him for reiteration.
Yeah.
And there, Iturralde blows the half-time whistle, and what a good first half for Barcelona, because Samuel Eto'o and Mitchell just having a little word with Iturralde González.
A couple of quite big words as well.
Well, very fast words, how many,
yeah.
whatever they were. Samuel Eto'o, 15 minutes, Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. You have to say, if it was not for Iker Casillas, this game would be all over by the shouting.
Paul, if it wasn't for Iker Casillas, the man just disappearing down the tunnel now, Samuel Eto'o, would have a hat-trick. Let's go back to the football for a second. I think at half-time, Real Madrid will have got a real slaughtering from the manager, because quite honestly, for a team of these players, they have been outclassed. Let's make no bones about this. Barcelona have been miles better than Real Madrid. That said, I still foresee a goal at least in this Real Madrid from Ronaldo.
It only takes a second to score a goal. Beckham's still in that central role. I don't like to see that. I think Luxembourg really should have learned by now that Beckham's best position is out on the right. But there do seem to be some tactical changes. Zidane's more towards the right now. Robinho's come over to the left for Real Madrid. But it's Leo Messi. Caught by Pablo Garcia, who's once again treading a thin line.
I think a more card-happy ref, and it's stating the obvious to say this, a more card-happy ref would have taken out more cards, fairly obviously. But what I mean is there has been motive for a card-happy ref to have done so. Yeah. There have been a lot of fouls. Most of them, the ref's been happy to let it go. I prefer it this way, but
look at Messi
there
again.
are times when
Leo Messi got past Roberto Carlos. The linesman decides that the foul goes the other way.
Must say I'm a little surprised by that.
Might just pulled him away. So no changes at the break yet. Madrid on the substitute bench looking. They've got Baptista, they've got Guti. Questions over both of their fitness still. They've got Diego Lopez, substitute goalkeeper, Raul Bravo, Diogo Pavón Mejia.
Yeah, well, there's questions about the fitness of some of the guys on the pitch as well, isn't there?
Well,
and you just wonder with Madrid sometimes about the fitness of the players. I mean, Ronaldo, I think, is a player that doesn't need to be massively fit.
It's Deco.
But some of the others do.
Ronaldinho, Barcelona getting a little bit of space. Xavi, no one up pulling out wide right for Barcelona. It is with Leo Messi now. He's got Pablo Garcia in front of him again. He's got space there. Messi's turning Garcia inside, outside. Back to Edmilson. With Xavi. Ball through there from Xavi. Leo Messi into the area. Deflected. And did he save that? No, he didn't.
Great block from Ivan Enguera. I thought maybe Messi should have gone first time with his left foot and tried to bend it to the far post. Instead, he took it on one. But I mean, how easily were Barcelona playing the ball there? It was slow on the edge of the area, move it around, nice and comfortable. Yeah, in our own time, whenever we feel like it. Great little pass inside from Marcus for Messi to get onto, and Messi is just causing Madrid so many problems.
Xavi with the corner. Deco doesn't drop for him. Still battling away there, Deco. And this is where Madrid are dangerous.
Yes.
If Zidane can look up, which he has done, Salgado surging forward. Good discipline from Barcelona, though, getting back quickly. It's with Zidane. 3 players around him. And there Zidane just has a little tug at Deco. And
I think fouls like that should be booked.
I think he's a bit fortunate to escape a booking there, because Deco had left him and he doesn't play the ball, he just pulls it back.
See, I think this is for me the big thing. And sometimes in Spain, I think cards are given just for fouls. I think what cards should be reserved for is fouls like that, where it's deliberate.
He's kept it in there, Beckham. Only as far as Deco. 1-2 with Xavi. Here's Xavi. Thinks about the shot. Xavi Hernandez! How close was that?
Well, do you want the answer?
Very close.
Very, very close indeed.
25 yards there. Xavi and Iker at full stretch. He'll say he had it covered. I think this angle will tell us better.
Well, he is very close to it, Iker, and I think possibly, if that had been just inside the post, Iker may have reached it. But
well, Barca size, you say the shot count is now up to 13 to 1.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking about excuse me, we're talking about, you know, I was saying at half-time, Luxembourg will be in there really, really getting into his players, forcing them to come out all guns blazing. In fact, the reverse has happened, and Madrid just look shot to pieces at the moment.
They've really got to get back into this game. They need a goal like water in May, as they say in Spain. Just lots of space for Xavi. Him and Messi now are just... I don't think Eto's touched the ball yet. It's been the Xavi and Messi show. Zidane once again having a little kick at Xavi. You can tell when Zidane's frustrated because he does tend to get a bit,
Yeah, he does.
bit nasty. Xavi. Elguera gets the interception in. Anywhere will do for Real Madrid. They're just completely under the cosh. Van Bronckhorst thought about the shot, gives it to Ronaldinho. Cuts inside Ronaldinho! 14 shots.
Poor shot, that one.
Yeah, not good.
Well, I have to say I disagree with that decision from Iturralde. I thought Robinho pushed Olga got his foot to the ball, Iturralde pulled it back.
Not a great shot there from Ronaldinho. Got the angle.
Should have done a lot more considering the position he was in, shouldn't he?
Bit fell out for the shot, I thought, actually. But if you're feeling confident, here come Real Madrid. It's with Salgado trying to turn Giovanni. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst gives him the ball away. Beckham in on Eto'o, in hard there. Beckham playing the ball on the floor, which he shouldn't really do. And Marquez, it's only a clearance, nearly reaches Ronaldinho. Beckham stays down. Iniesta there warming up for Barcelona, but surely they can't think about changes because here's Messi again, Leo Messi. Good shot, good work from Elguera.
Great work from Elguera. Stood his ground really well, because when Messi's running at you, if you back off, you're gonna get caught. But Elguera did really well to stay his ground.
Ika's body language said it all there. He's looking for the early clearance, and there's no one there. He's a shrug of his shoulders saying, "Come on, what are you doing?" Well, we've seen this with Madrid before, Sid. You know, all it needs is one pass, one goal, and they just hit second, third, fourth gear, boom, 0 to 60 like a Ferrari.
Well, and absolutely, and they haven't hit first yet. Right, they really haven't stepped it up yet.
Oof, dear, oh dear. Even Raul making basic errors there. Leo Messi. Raul can't stop him. Messi's going on his own. He's giving it to Eto'o. Thinks about cutting inside Eto'o. Is he going to go on his own? Once again, looks for the 1-2. Got sandwiched a little bit, Roberto Carlos. And in the end, free kick goes Madrid's way.
Well, and I think one of the things that's symptomatic of the way this game is going is that Madrid increasingly are kicking out at Barca's players, you know, as well.
Frustration getting the better of his. David Beckham, who's not stopped giving everything tonight, has to be said.
That's one of the things about Beckham is that however badly he may be playing, he does work very hard. I sometimes think he allows himself to get rather too wound up, but so far.
Raul, ball slips away from him. There's a chance of a break on here. Ball to Ronaldinho, herring away down the touchline for Barcelona. He's got Giovanni Van Bronckhorst outside him. Can he finish it, Gio?
Well, Eto'o's on the floor. Not quite sure what happened there.
Well, Eto'o's appealing for something. There's 2 balls on the pitch. Here come Real Madrid, however. No quarter being asked or given between these two teams in the Bernabéu. Now Real Madrid trying to attack. Robinho looking for the penalty area, looking to get in the area there. Puyol, don't even think about it. Excellent refereeing there from Iturralde. Great decision. Books Robinho for diving.
I think that Robinho's not very impressed. I think you're right, Paul. I think you're right. I mean, I will reserve judgment until I see the replay, but I think you're right. It looks like he's going to cry.
I was going to say that.
Wow, I really did think for a minute that he was going to start crying.
Give that man a Kleenex, someone.
Well, there's been quite a lot of it thrown on us. I think we've got some spare up here.
Yeah.
All the toilet roll that came down.
He holds out there. No way is that a foul.
No way at all.
No way is that a foul.
However, had Robinho carried on rather than jumping, he might have been fouled, because Puyol is pulling out but doesn't pull out entirely.
Yeah. It's given away. Ronaldo. Ui, Puyol, what a brilliant challenge.
Great challenge, because this is where Barcelona need to be very careful, because you let Ronaldo run there and he's going to catch you.
And here come Madrid. Are they boosted by that? Raul! Oh dear. Well, is that Madrid's second shot?
Yes, it is. It hardly counts, but yes, it is. And Raul's injured. I wonder if he's pulled something having that shot.
If he has done, it could be knee. And he looks to be in real pain
yes,
there, Raul.
Does. Yeah, he does.
Let's have a look. Ooh, it's his right ankle. That's horrible. See if you forget for another look at that. It's his right ankle. Oh, it's his left.
That's his left ankle.
Well, he seemed to go over his
right
right ankle.
He's holding his knee, isn't he?
Looks like ankle to me.
Yeah, but it's his knee that he holds. I think as the ball pops up, because he swings and misses, I wonder if that means that his leg kind of follows through in an unnatural way because there's never any contact with the ball, and therefore perhaps he's tweaked a ligament there or something.
Well, it doesn't look very good for Real Madrid there. Luxemburgo getting off the bench. Little grimace there. Well, he should be getting a substitute warmed up, and there's 3 Madrid subs warming up down there.
Well, Raul's going to hop off,
but the fact he's hopping off. The fact he's hopping off is not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign.
That means he doesn't trust that knee at all there. The Dr. Hernandez there just
he's checking
twisting
it. It is the knee, isn't it?
Yeah,
I know he's moving the bottom of the leg, but it's the knee he's checking. There is a risk. I mean, I suspect it's not a completely torn ligament because, of course, Raul will be in absolute agony and they'd have taken him off already.
Just
but he
tweaked it. He doesn't look happy, does he?
Could well have twisted it.
Raul, who has, let me tell you, has played 28 Real Madrid games against Barcelona, which isn't bad going, is it? 28 goals, 28 games, 13 goals.
Which is very good.
Well, he's looking a bit ginger, but
He certainly wants to go back on. Whether or not it's advisable for him to go back on, I don't know.
It seems to be okay.
The game's just broken down a little bit as well, hasn't it? I think Barcelona, it's in their interest to get the ball back and start playing. The last one they want is this game to get bitty.
Yeah, exactly. Xavi, space here again for Barca. He's got Messi outside him. Is Leo Messi? Can he finish the game? Leo Messi! Casillas! Yet again!
Well,
if he had a right foot. Sounds a bit hard.
Yeah, we have said this time and time again, but it doesn't make it any less valid. Real Madrid without Ronaldo and Iker Casillas are a quarter of the team. Casillas, I mean, it is a poor finish actually, but Iker Casillas, I'm starting to think that he's the best goalkeeper I've ever seen.
Certainly the best shot stopper I've ever seen. My word, give that man a new contract, and look, here come Real Madrid, giving away Beckham. Can he go through? Great defending there from Ole again.
Barcelona need to take the pace out of the game. They need to stop Real Madrid getting those positions. Because in terms of football, these two sides are miles apart. But it's only 1-0, and we've seen it. Well, we've seen it virtually every time we come and watch Real Madrid. They can have periods where they're poor. It's rare that they're brilliant all game long, and they always find a period where they turn it on.
Exactly.
Or nearly always find a period where they turn it on.
They haven't found it yet, but...
And even if they don't, Ronaldo still scores goals.
But Barca had that warning on 53 minutes. Puyol had to make the desperate challenge. Valdés hasn't had to make a save yet. Iker's made 4 quality stops.
Yeah. And now the fans are getting up. What Barca were doing so effective in the first half was keeping the ball so well that the fans got sort of slightly against the side. Madrid's players got a bit tetchy, a bit edgy. Great touch.
Great control.
Madrid are starting to find a bit of room now, aren't they?
To see Salgado in there. Valdés! Puyol! Oh my word, well that was not good. And that would have been Christmas come early, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and that would have been a real gift for Real Madrid. And also the other thing is you sort of feel that should Real Madrid get...
No, he's not. It's got to be his Guti coming on. No. Well, this might be good news for Madrid.
Yes, because if one man can provide the pass for Ronaldo to provide the killer touch, it's Guti. These two are a fantastic combination.
Now, the problem for Madrid could be that yesterday in training, Guti went off with what in Spanish is called a contractura muscular, which is, what is that?
It's a muscle strain,
It's a muscle strain. At first people thought it actually snapped a hamstring. Now then, he's had 1 day's treatment, you know, he's had a slight strain. How fit is Guti going to be? That's well robbed by Pablo Garcia. Can he give his side 30 minutes? Can he set up Ronaldo? Can he get the ball to Robinho? Here is Robinho. Here he is, Guti.
And Guti does quite enjoy coming on and change things, proving a point by coming on.
Salgado, Madrid attacking now, looking to get back into things. Marquez clears it only as far as Beckham. Good position for Beckham, swings the ball over. Marquez again. Oof, danger. 3 against 3. Ronaldinho. He's got Sergio Ramos against him. 3 against 2. Ronaldinho into the area. Ronaldinho! 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 What a goal! That is magnificent. That is why he has got the golden boot. And I tell you what, there are even Madrid fans applauding. That is absolutely magnificent. Those on screen aren't, but some of them in front of us are. That is outstanding.
Paul,
Oh my word.
the boy is a genius. He really is, and you're right, it is very, very, very rare that you see Real Madrid fans applaud an opposition player. It is rarer still, I would say never happens, that you see Real Madrid fans applaud a Barcelona player. But if one man deserves it, it's this man. That is absolutely fabulous.
I can't even...
Look at this.
I can't even put words together in more than one syllable, Hardy. That is just... It's not just the finish.
And it leaves Casillas absolutely standing. Look how cool that is. That is... Oh, it's genius. It really is genius.
I tell you
what a footballer. What a footballer this guy is. And we've been talking all night about lionelmessi and Samuel Eto'o. And I was saying, well, Ronaldinho's been a little bit quiet, but he's had some nice touches.
Goodness gracious.
God, what a goal.
Oh, my word. Well, there's 29 minutes. 30 minutes at injury time. Madrid have got to pull something out of the hat.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's got to be a darn big rabbit, let me tell you.
It's going to be pretty much have to be a hare, isn't it? Let me make a suggestion. Those of you who aren't videoing this game already, video it now. Because at the end of the game, we will show the highlights. We will show that goal again. And that is a goal you will be talking about for years.
Oh, ball's given away there by Nielsen. Here come Madrid. Ronaldo. Didn't work out. Zidane. So Robinho, no offside. Can Madrid get back into it? Robinho. Valdez isn't particularly well positioned there on his near post. Oh, Robinho! Ronaldo.
Well, Paul, I'll tell you what, from one genius to another. Lovely, lovely footwork from Robinho. I still can't get over what I've just seen at the other end, though.
My heart is beating so quickly. I think it might explode. That is absolutely out of this world. That's tell you what, going back to it though, that's a bad miss from Ronaldo.
Yes, it is.
Offside against Zidane.
Yeah, it is a bad miss from Ronaldo, and an uncharacteristically bad miss from him as well. Wow. Well, Paul, we were saying before the game that nowhere in the world can you see this many great players on the pitch at once. We've been treated, I think, to some moments of very, very nice football from Robinho.
Great turn, look at this, turns them both inside out, and Ronaldo
possibly should score there.
Valdez does quite well, he closes him down, and this is the big test of character for Madrid now, isn't it? They're not just whether or not they can come back into it, but whether they can not get a hammering. You know, because if Barca do, we said about how this was more about confidence and morale, good ball from Mourinho. Madrid do get a pasting.
And they're starting to play though, Madrid.
If Madrid do get a pasting, it's more than 3 points, isn't it? Because they're going to go to San Sebastian next week. Barca at home on against Racing. We'll be able to watch that live. Pablo Garcia might well get booked for that. Live on World Sports, we will be in the Camp Nou. See Barca playing Racing. Very, very good defence, Racing Santander.
Right, and they will go there and defend and defend and defend. They will have absolutely no pretence of trying to do anything. Olivier looks like he's not too comfortable actually. But what I was saying before, Paul, yeah, we talked about the quality of the players on display. Nowhere else in the world can you see a game with this many players. From Robinho, we've seen some great bits. We have. I mean, that little bit there for included. I think we've seen.
That's horrible from Pablo. Yeah. Tell you what, this is the 11th, 12th game of the season. That's his 6th booking, and bear in mind he's been suspended for 2 games already. So
he's going at some rate.
He doesn't do badly, does he?
I mean, we've seen a lot of Samuel Eto'o.
Oh, even Ika's getting nervous now.
Playing the way that Eto'o does. We've seen, I think, a very, very good performance from lionelmessi, and we've seen a truly wonderful goal.
We've seen 2 excellent goals. If you get Eto'o's goal, it wasn't sort of a typical goal you score in the park.
No. Well,
it's not a goal I score in the park.
I was going to say, it's a typical goal I score in the park. Obviously, I'm scoring great goals all the time, but what a match! What a match! What great skills we've seen. And I tell you, you still wonder, don't you? Because Madrid are starting to push Barca back a bit.
I hope Barca don't sit back and just try and soak up the pressure.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Teams, they're winning, and yet they change what they're doing. It seems to me if you're winning and you're playing well, surely you should carry on doing the same thing.
Well, exactly, because there Ronaldo bundles his way through into the area. He's not there, is he? We thought 70% fit Ronaldo was still capable of doing it. He's struggling tonight.
No, but I think if a real chance drops for him, I mean, that other one, as you say, Valdez did very well and it was coming behind him. You still think if Ronaldo's played clean through, and Gutti's more than capable of playing it clean through, if he is, you still think you'd still bet your house on him putting it away, wouldn't you?
Certainly.
Although I think on World Sport, I've bet my house on a few things before and lost it.
Yeah, we'll be taking a collection soon.
Yeah, we're taking a collection. I've been living on the streets.
I've seen your bin bag, it's very comfortable. Here comes Barca again, Eto'o. He's got Giovanni making a run down the left. I think Eto'o is going to go on his own here. Eto'o, Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o pulls it back, and that's a vital clearance. Sergio Ramos.
And Ronaldinho is applauding Eto'o because I think
it was a cross, wasn't it?
He knows that Eto'o could well have gone for that himself, but instead was unselfish, tried to pull it back, and Sergio Ramos was quick enough to get it away.
Otherwise, that would have been 3-0. And I think we would have seen people
breaking. The way Barca are breaking.
Messi. Marquez just over the top. Helguera. A couple of hands in use there on that jump, but
I think that's very unlucky, actually. I'm not at all convinced that Ronaldo fouled Giovanni Van Bronckhorst there. Not at all convinced. Oh, look. There's no foul there at all, is there? The only thing Ronaldo does is try and get out the way to carry on and follow the ball. I think that's a harsh decision, not least, Paul, because Ronaldo had quite a lot of room to run into behind Gio there.
Well, maybe the referee thought he was, as they say, made the bed for him.
Yeah, that time I think was far less clear than the one we saw in the first half.
Once again, Helguera having to be in there on Eto'o. We've had 66 minutes and it's Barca leading by 2-0 in the Santiago Bernabéu. They've only won. They've been 75 meetings here in the Bernabéu between Madrid and Barca. Madrid have won 48, Barca have won 13 and 14 draws. Are Barca going for number 14? At the moment it looks like it.
Well, Pablo Garcia is going off, and the beast. Wow. When things are going badly, calling on the beast isn't bad, but...
It's a logical change though, because Pablo Garcia, as we said, he's had that long flight back from Australia.
Yeah, and look, Madrid are going to play... There's no doubt about it, Paul.
It's all or nothing, isn't it?
They're going to play very long ball as well.
Oof, very well.
Beckham will play deep with Guti, and they'll play three up front: Robinho, Baptista, and Ronaldo, and they will play long to them.
Well, that's what they've got to do, but it will leave them even more exposed for the break.
Yeah, I mean, look, Beckham again. He wants the ball now long. This is what they'll do, and they'll
space for Zidane. 2 men over. Zidane leaves it for Roberto Carlos. Still a chance for Madrid if they can get something out of this. Here is Ronaldo. Just a bit slow there, Ronaldo. Still on the ball, though. 3 players around him in the end, bundled out. Gets the drop. And there,
nice touch from Baptista. Very nice. It very nearly got away with it.
So there's chances. I think Madrid are going to have chances with what they've got on now, but I also think Barca are going to get some.
Yes. And the amazing thing, actually, looking back on the Ronaldinho goal, is it was a great break. They had 3 on 3. Then Ronaldinho beat a man, so they had 3 on 2.
Oh, given away. Eto'o to Messi, so easy. Here's Leo Messi taking on Helguera. Skips inside, Leo Messi. Leo Messi blocked. Ramos surges out. Eto'o, if he just gives it inside, Messi, can he make it 3? Salgado. Corner.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barcelona are just too good for Real Madrid. That's the bottom line.
The
brutal truth is that Barcelona are too good for Real Madrid at the moment. I still think Madrid can score. I still think they can even level this game. But in terms of football, Barcelona are too good for them.
Another planet, aren't they?
It's a different world.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Luxemburgo was under a bit of pressure a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, before his side won 2-0 against Betis. They salvaged that one. They sneaked a 1-0 win against Zaragoza when we were in Getafe with 2 penalties. One of them was missed. If they lose this, I think the pressure's going to be not just for defeat, but for the way they've been completely outplayed. Yeah. I think he's going to be in trouble.
Well, I think you might be right. Well, you might well be right.
All you had to do was have a little look at Florentino's face in the director's box early on. But hang on, it's not over yet. Salgado to Zidane. Ronaldo offside. Offside flags up.
Well, as I said, he gets a chance, he's not going to miss, is he?
Barcelona breathe again. Beckham. Got the knock on his nose after Robinho fell on him in training, apparently. Yeah. We all said, good job it wasn't Ronaldo.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a knock on the nose, it would have been a broken nose.
It would have been surgery, let's be brutally honest. Well, there. Off he goes.
Leo Messi, and he's
absolutely outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he has been brilliant, hasn't he?
He's been replaced by Andres Iniesta, who's not bad either.
Andres Iniesta is the master, as we've said before,
of
nearly scoring great goals. He does create great chances and then tends to miss them. Well,
he's got Iker Casillas against him tonight, and Casillas has been, to be honest, Barca's got two, but how many would it have been if it had not been for Iker?
Oh, he's been brilliant, Iker Casillas tonight.
We've got just over 20 minutes to go. Madrid need to score twice to get back on level terms. 3 times if they want to win it. At the moment, it's not looking likely, but you never can tell. Stranger things have happened.
Paul, let me ask your opinion about something. Incidentally, that change too early from Barcelona's point of view. Too early. Messi is playing so well. You're only 2-0 up. I'd have waited. I'd have given him 10 minutes more or another goal more, whichever came first.
Madrid attacking. Baptista couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Goal kick for Barca.
I mean, wouldn't you? I just feel that Messi was causing Madrid so many problems that I think it's premature taking
5 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
I think what it is, Rijkaard is aware that he's only 18. He played international in midweek. He's also another player. He's just trying to.
But look at the way he's playing. And look at the way he's playing. For those of you who couldn't make that out,
somebody's lost their
passport.
Lost
their passport.
We'll pick it up at gate 55. Otherwise, they're going to stay in Spain for a bit longer than expected. Eto'o inside to Xavi. Andres Iniesta. Didn't quite get that one right, did he? Roberto Carlos only as far as Oleguer, who's been a solid game, hasn't he, Oleguer?
He's the least comfortable of Barca's players on the ball, but when he limits himself to doing what he knows how to do.
Iniesta onside. Can he pull it back? He can, but it's only as far as Iker Casillas. Sends that one long, Iker. Marquez has to be careful with that one, how it bounces. Does well.
And the other thing, incidentally, while we were listening to that, we've been told from the cameras on the other side of the stadium that the offside was the correct decision against Ronaldo, which is a good job, frankly, because
otherwise there would
have been some serious controversy had that been proven to be a correct.
Beckham trying to get onto it straight through to Valdés. Well, they're just giving the ball to Valdés, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, that's the nature of playing long, is you do run the risk, unless you hit the ball very, very well, of it being overhit and going through to the goalkeeper and it appearing too easy. And also, it's the anxiety. Yeah. Real Madrid trying to get that ball away quickly, and of course that so often means that they're overhitting it, that they're snatching at their passes, and they haven't got the precision that you need.
Zidane, Baptista, David Beckham, Guti. Play on, says the referee. Eto'o. Great balance there from Samuel Eto'o. Going straight at the heart of the Real Madrid defence, saying basically, go on, have a go at me. Sets up Iniesta. Good work from Roberto Carlos. Little slow there, Iniesta.
Yeah.
And you wonder, if that had been Messi...
It wasn't just slow, but he waited.
If that had been Messi...
He'd have been in on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that Iniesta was slow, it was that he actually stopped. He waited. He allowed Roberto Carlos to get in front of him. And although the clock is ticking away, and of course everything's in Barcelona's favour,
you're still nervous about what's going to happen, aren't you?
From a Barcelona point of view, yeah, you do think maybe their good play isn't going to get the reward. Although, frankly, Real Madrid have been poor.
Oh yeah,
lovely from Iniesta.
So Eto'o playing at will, but just losing a little bit of incisiveness without Messi, but still just controlling the ball, getting those whistles from the crowd in the Bernabéu. There's Xavi, got Ronaldinho making the run. Does he think about the shot himself? Gives it to Eto'o. 4 players around him. It's taking too long there, but Xavi gets it back.
Yeah, and trying to go right through a gap that doesn't exist as well.
Ronaldinho off. Eto'o looking for the 1-2. Good battling there from Ronaldinho. Good defending from Elguera.
Very good defending from Ivan Elguera. And the other thing, incidentally, as well, is that you take Messi off and you say they lack perhaps that little bit of incisiveness and pace. It's surprising that having taken Messi off, the guy who comes on in his place isn't Ludovic Juli.
Barca win this, they go top of the table, don't they?
They do, because Osasuna, we think, finish 0-0.
0-0, yeah. Barca will go top of the table tonight, given away by Iniesta, if it stays like this. Madrid are still going to do their very best to stop that happening, and they've got 16 minutes to do something. Still 2-0 to Barcelona. Those goals scored by Samuel Eto'o and Ronaldinho. Lovely ball there from Guti to Salgado. Ball in there! Baptista, power in the air, couldn't quite direct it goalwards.
And that's what Baptista gives Real Madrid that they don't have with other players. And that's why, that's another reason to question the decision to have David Beckham in the centre, because particularly now that Baptista's on the pitch, you think, well, you should be putting David on the right wing. David, here's the ball, put it in the box. Baptista, you head it in the net. And sometimes it sounds ludicrously simple, but quite often the quality of David Beckham's deliveries is such that it really is that simple.
Football isn't really a complicated game.
No.
Given away there by Valdés, Guti.
If it was, a lot of footballers couldn't play.
It's not a Sudoku, is it, or whatever they call it?
I don't know what Sudoku?
I failed maths, I think I follow football. You only have to count them to like 5 or 6 at most. This is Robinho. Done well. He's got Beckham making an overlap. There is David Beckham. Can he cross it now? Beckham, he can do the Zidane! But didn't quite time his run correctly.
No, but that's much better.
And now Barca just giving the ball away a little bit too frequently. Guti looking for another long ball. Instead, Baptista. It wasn't a good touch, but he got the ball back. Guti again. It's a lovely pass. Ronaldo! Well, it was on target.
It was on target, and again,
it's the second shot of the night.
But this is what you get from it. And admittedly, it's not a great shot, but you see Ronaldo drops, gets the ball, he eases his way away from the defender. He's very, very good, Ronaldo, making himself just the 2 or 3 yards he needs, or not even that sometimes, to get the shot off. Admittedly, it's not a great shot, but there's a threat there at least.
And Ronaldo just hanging on the last man, goes out wide instead to Salgado for the 1-2 pass from Robinho. There's Beckham for the pass. Instead, he sent it inside. That's a great ball. Here's a chance. Salgado, Valdés.
Good save.
Well, he hasn't been called on at all, has he? But he pulled that one out when it was needed.
And this is where Barcelona are running a risk, because this is what I mean about Messi. Madrid were scared of Messi. They took him off, and all of a sudden there's just that. It's almost as if the mentality, it's not just about losing Messi the player, it's about losing what he represents, and the mentality then changes.
They just lost. And yes, there's a great player, it's not as quick. Speaking of pace, though, here's Ronaldinho again. He's already done Ramos once. Here he goes, Ronaldinho! Ronaldinho, 3-0! Ronaldinho! My word! Why is he the golden boot we have seen? My goodness me.
And I tell you, Paul, if people stood up and applauded Ronaldinho last time, I would say probably 50, no, maybe not 50, a big chunk of this stadium is on their feet applauding him.
Yeah.
What a magnificent player this guy is. As you say, he's won the France Football Ballon d'Or, European Footballer of the Year, effectively makes him World Footballer of the Year.
Tell you what,
this week.
The Brazilian commentator behind is still going, Ronaldinho!
I mean, we almost should just open the mic to him. It is a it's a real spectacular show, both on and off the pitch.
Oh,
Ronaldinho,
look
this
at
guy.
This, look at this. He's done Ramos once, didn't get close to him, Sergio Ramos, and once again, great finish.
Well, Paul, if you'll allow me a momentary personal aside.
His soapbox is prepared.
Yeah, my soapbox is prepared. No, it's not actually my soapbox, actually.
Oy, oy, oy.
My girlfriend's in the stadium tonight. She's a Real Madrid fan. She won't be very happy. However, she also loves Ronaldinho. And I just have to say, I'm very pleased that Ronaldinho scored 2 of the greatest goals you'll ever see at her end of the pitch.
Well, I tell you, I just what I said was...
I mean, but what joy it is. What joy it is to see this guy play football. It really is. Oh, fantastic.
Breathless. And I tell you what, there are people leaving, aren't there? There's just when you were talking there, there was a quick chorus of off, off, off.
Yeah.
Was it aimed at the team, or was it aimed at Luxemburgo, or was it aimed at Florentino Perez? And after that, people are starting to get up, they're leaving their seats, and they're going home early. But it's not over yet. Deco, Iniesta, well, there he is again.
Well, Andres Iniesta, he nearly scores a lot of great goals.
Iker Casillas has got that look on his face.
Oh yes.
The eager to see us, we are not winning look on his face.
The face that says, what on earth have I done to deserve this? And if you have a look at that shot count, was that 23-5, did I just say?
Yeah, it's like a rugby score, Sid.
Well, I mean, seriously, what a joy it is to watch Ronaldinho. What a pleasure it is to watch this guy play football. And I know it's an old quote, and it's a quote that was made just before Barcelona beat Real Madrid here 2 seasons ago. But a Real Madrid director admitted off the record, and it ended up in the papers.
They didn't sign him because he was too ugly.
They didn't sign Ronaldinho because he was too ugly. Well, if you are listening to me, whoever you are, Real Madrid director,
and you can understand him because he probably speaks Spanish.
Yeah, absolutely. Was that goal not beautiful enough for you? Oh. And I'm not saying there's not geniuses in the Real Madrid team. There are, of course there are. But wow.
Tell you, Wandeli Luxemburgo on the bench is the man under pressure now.
Yes, he is.
His team have not played well. They've had injuries. I think he's made tactical mistakes today. Maybe he was forced into some of them because his players are fit, but they're definitely not fit enough to take on the best team in the world. They've been outplayed, I would say, from the 10th minute.
Yeah, so at the very, very least since the goal. But there was a couple of warnings even before the goal. But since the goal, Barcelona have just been imperious. And Ronaldinho, those are 2 great goals. They're very similar great goals as well. What a player this guy is.
Staggering.
What a player. And, you look around this pitch, Zinedine Zidane, for me, Paul, one of the 5...
Yes, I haven't seen him for the last 20 minutes.
One of the 5 greatest players of all time, without any doubt.
Yeah.
One of the 5 greatest players of all time, but slightly on the way down. Ronaldo, I think, possibly the greatest number 9 of all time, possibly.
But not fully fit. Not fit enough.
Exactly.
We thought even not fully fit, we thought he could do a job tonight.
Yeah.
But
Roberto Carlos, would you say possibly the best left back of all time?
Yep.
And then you look on the other team and you think Samuel Eto'o, he'll never be rated as one of the best of all time, but he is a player with real hunger, real desire. This guy could end up being rated as one of the best of all time, Paul, because...
My word, it's just... Goodness me.
He's too good. He is too good.
Wow, look at that. Look at that celebration, windmilling arms. Well, there'll be a few swift ones, a few cool ones sung tonight in Barcelona, I'd have thought. They'll be dancing in the fountains of the Ramblers in Plaza Catalunya.
Yep. Yeah, they certainly will. And it's been... I mean, we were talking before the game, weren't we, about it not just being the 3 points, but the morale boost. But it's one thing to come and win. It's another thing to come here and win so confidently, so completely. And we talk about the morale boost for Barcelona, but you do wonder what this might spark at Real Madrid.
I think
not least the possibility of goal.
I think it's going to spark a bit of colour. This is not going to. It's not going to basically just lie like this, is it? I think Madrid's first thing they'll do is I can see them moving in the transfer market in December when the transfer window opens, at the back end of December. Whether they will sign.
What would you buy?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I think they will. The player that they're talking about is Cicinho, who's another right back, which is just ludicrous.
Well, that looks done, doesn't it?
Another central midfielder, perhaps. Central midfielder, so David Beckham doesn't have to play out of position when they've got 2 injuries.
By the way, David Beckham's got that look in his face. It looks like he's going to
get booked. Yeah.
So, central midfielder, does that solve the problems?
And you basically at the end of the season, you look at your players who are getting old, and you have to take some tough choices, don't you? Well, they're saying there's a long way to go. You know, they're going to San Sebastian on next Sunday. We're going to be in Barcelona, of course, live on World Sport in high definition, as we always are. Madrid, if they can win in San Sebastian, which isn't impossible because Real certainly are going to be without Darko Kovacevic for 4 months.
Big loss.
Big loss. You know, if they can win that, okay, then they're still probably only 4 points off. But if they don't win that, Barca beat Racing, all of a sudden you're looking at 6 and 7 points again.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, this is sort of, you know, what we're saying is it's not just about the points. It's not just about that. It's about what this might mean psychologically to Real Madrid. And I think you're right. There's going to be changes. The
next games, they've got Real Sociedad away. Okay, that's winnable. It's not an easy place to San Sebastian, especially for Madrid. They got Getafe at home. Well, if Madrid play like this, Getafe could do them, let's be honest. But we'll have to see what happens at Getafe over the next few weeks. Then they travel to Malaga, where they habitually win.
Yeah, Malaga tends to be a decent place for Madrid to go.
You know, they tend to win every time. And then just before Christmas, they're at home to Osasuna and I think Racing.
Now Racing's not too hard. Osasuna, I think, might be.
Not the hardest calendar.
No.
But whereas Barca got Racing at home next week, They then travel to Villarreal, which is difficult. They've got Sevilla at home, which is never easy, and then they travel to Cadiz. So I mean, Barca's near calendar isn't as good, but it's not that, is it? It's the way that Madrid, it's the image they've looked. You know, they're playing Barca, and half of the people are starting to leave.
Yeah, and you're right, and it's the image, at a club that's very, very image conscious.
Look, Madrid go on, we're the best club in the world. They've made the film saying they're the best club in the world. They market themselves to America, to the Far East, to Europe. They say we are the best team in the world. Now, anyone, there's meant to be 1 billion people watching this game. Anybody who's seen this game is going to look at that and say, well, no, you're not.
Absolutely. This is one of the problems, of course, with marketing yourself in sport, is that there is always that risk, which is that sport doesn't work like that. Right. It's not as simple as buying. I mean, Ronaldo's a fantastic player. Of course, he guarantees you goals. But what Madrid don't seem to have is that little something, that kind of intangible quality of being a team, of what the Spanish call compenetración, an interlocking ability to play, which Barcelona do very well, and Real Madrid quite honestly don't. So far.
Difficult days and difficult choices ahead for Real Madrid now. Looks like offside there. Yeah, there was it against Robinho. I don't know if Robinho was. I thought Zidane was on that one. But obviously the ball just skimmed his hair, but he hasn't got any. He's just skimmed his head.
I feel a little sorry for Robinho, because he's shown flashes tonight of being able to get Madrid back to the game. He's looked up for it, but then, you know, one of the most difficult things to take as a footballer is the, if you like, the knockout blow. When you're 1-0 down and you're pushing and you think, oh, we might get in here, we might get in here. The second goal is always really tough to take, and obviously the third.
A team like Madrid, you can always think, well, they might get back from a second. You know, we've seen it happen. But that third one has just killed them dead, hasn't it, basically? There's Beckham. Must have been said he's not stopped working all night. He's been. I think his companions, some of them have not been fit enough. I'm going to say that now. I
think you're right.
Zidane, I think maybe. No way should Zidane have been playing, and no way should he have played 90 minutes. I just can't understand that. You know, okay, Diogo might be a bit weary because he was at Uruguay as well, but for goodness sake, somebody who is at least physically fit is going to be better than even if it's Zidane. Because Barca have been so quick, they've been so physically superior that it's just been unfair.
Nice little bit of skill from Mourinho.
Again, gives Beckham the chances to curl the ball in. Well, we've seen Madrid score goals from this position or from Beckham free kicks earlier this season. Can they get a late consolation goal? And how much consolation would it be? Beckham. It's a decent ball in there, and it's a corner. Dangerous cross.
Very, very good delivery from David Beckham, and this is one of the things that makes them such a dangerous side, even when they're not playing that well, because Beckham's deliveries are so good from that kind of position.
And Iturralde,
he's given a penalty.
He's given a penalty. Oh no, he hasn't. He's given a free kick pass. For 1 second there,
and there's the people leaving. For those of you who doubted, you can see some empty seats already behind. It's been a really, really tough blow for Real Madrid, this. It really has.
Yeah, I think.
But we've seen it. Let's be fair to Real Madrid, in so much as we've seen a very, very good team.
Barca, you know, they've started a little bit slowly this season, but I think counting this, they have now scored 21 goals in their last 6 games, and 3 of them away in the Bernabéu. And so far, the only goal that they've had scored against them in those 6 games was that absolutely stunning volley that Barney scored for Getafe.
What a goal that was.
When they were already, Beckham and Puyol just have a little bit of nastiness down there, when it was 91st minute anyhow.
Yeah. Beckham looks like he's... I mean, Puyol's the one actually getting angry, but I think Beckham might...
Just caught him, didn't he?
Yeah, Beckham might be just kind of snapping a little bit because, of course, he's frustrated.
Valdez, thinking about the basket, I think he's had to make 1 save. Made it well.
Yeah, he did make it well. But we have seen Barca play some really, really lovely football tonight in patches.
The thing is, they've got such options. I mean, they've got Messi, they've got Iniesta, they've got Eto'o, they've got Ronaldinho, they've got Santiago, who can't even get in the squad, and he's a good player, Eto'o.
Yeah, he's a good player. How many goals did he score last year? 21, was it, in total in all competitions?
19 or something like that, Athletic.
and Athletic, you know, good side.
Last year they were. We'll be all right now. We've got Clemente back coaching.
I think you're probably right. I hope so.
The last minute here in the Bernabéu for what has been a humiliating, I think that's the only word you can use, evening for Real Madrid. They really have been played off the park for 80 minutes by Barcelona.
Here's another guy, you're talking about David Beckham not giving up, but what about Michel Santiago?
Yeah, exactly.
He's fought and he's battled and he's worked so hard, he's done so much tonight.
Robinho, I tell you what, Sergio Ramos won't want to see him again in a hurry.
I'll tell you what, there was one shame, Paul. There's a little bit of me that feels like it would be a shame if Ronaldinho went away here tonight without scoring a hat-trick. It sort of feels like it should be topped off, doesn't it?
The icing on the cake, so to speak.
I think you might well find that he will kind of take his time going off the pitch, and I think he may well get an ovation.
Well, there's not many people left to applaud him, to be brutally honest. Atletico Madrid again, Robinho. And goal kick for Barcelona. That's gone way out wide.
Only 1 minute, is that, of extra time? I don't know if that's the referee just kind of being kind.
Well, it's going to be more than that, because it should be more than that, because there have been a few changes. Amazingly, Madrid have only made 2 substitutions. I think Iturralde González is being kind there. Ooh, Florentino Perez. That look on his left, a little look towards Joan Laporte, who's working really hard to keep a straight face.
Do you think that
was, I'm going to sack the coach
exactly
look, I think.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is that the look of a man who's about to sack his coach?
We've heard inside stories that he's not popular with certain people at the club Luxemburgo.
In the board.
In the board, yeah.
The players actually don't
no,
mind
the players
him.
like
quite
him,
like him.
And he works hard tactically. He's normally quite good. I just think tonight he's got it way wrong. But then you wonder how much were his hands tied? How much was he told that Ronaldo has to play? Zidane has to play. You know, they weren't helped when Raúl went off. And then the final whistle in the Santiago Bernabéu. Puyol clenched fists skywards because Barcelona have handed out a lesson in football tonight, and it's been a hard lesson for Real Madrid to take. 90 minutes in the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, the final score, Real Madrid 0, FC Barcelona 3.
And you say it's a hard lesson for Real Madrid. It's one hell of a lesson. They have been, they've been outclassed. And you're talking about Real Madrid. You're talking about a side that's got Beckham and Ronaldo and Zidane, and they've been outclassed. Samuel Eto'o's played superbly well. Just looking to see who was giving his shirt to there. He's played superbly well.
Beckham's got Eto'o's shirt. That's interesting.
But Ronaldinho has been.
Well, there's 600 Barca fans in here, and they have probably had the night of their lives. We saw them win 2-1 here on World Sport 2 years ago, but nothing like this demonstration of just. My word.